I couldn't be happier with how everything came out. It's better than we could have imagined. We picked Rebel in part because I really liked their aesthetic, from looking at the images on their website and also seeing on Instagram. I knew that I could really trust their design taste and that they would be able to kind of guide me into making selections that we'd be happy with in the long term. I knew what I wanted in terms of the aesthetic. I had an idea in mind that I wanted us to execute, but in terms of this kind of kooky space, this house, this attic, our home was built in 1890 and there's some, slanted walls and there was like a chimney going through it. So we really couldn't envision where everything would be and how it would look. And without the renders, I would not have been able to kind of envision that space at all.
Having all the information in Buildertrend was really helpful because there were times where we needed to refer back to things, whether we couldn't remember whether something was in the design or not, or wanted to make sure we knew completely where we were in terms of the payment schedule. It was great to have one place that all that information was archived.
It was important to us when we were going to be spending so much money, huge investment, to be putting that money into a company whose values were aligned with our own. In, I think, the construction space, that can be a little bit hard to do with my particular values. So, during the process, I was really happy to see that Diana treated the employees really well and fairly, and just kind of getting to know them and just to see kind of that they seemed happy and respected. That is important for anyone that I would want to, hire to do business with.
One of the pieces of the design build process that we really appreciated was how all of the resources were either under Rebel's roof or were, subcontractors that Rebel had, worked with before.
I think the fun stuff was picking out all the selections, picking out all the lights and the paint colors, the little touches in the bathroom. That was a lot of fun because those were the things that made it feel like a real home. With Rebel, we were able, there were times we went on vacations and we were away for periods of time, and I knew everything was kind of under control, that they'd be respectful of our space, that everything would be kept clean. I think I never got overwhelmed in the whole process, which is, I feel like, the main thing that you hear about from people doing big renovations is just how stressed and overwhelmed they are. And I just felt like Rebel had my back and everything was going to be fine. And even when little, hiccups came, everything was under control.